4 verses descended from heaven. Before the voice of Gabriel echoed through the cave, there was a woman who believed. Not in sight, but in truth. They called her Amirat Quraysh, the noble lady of Makkah.
I find the quality acceptable, but the price must reflect the bulk order.
Her counsel guided merchants, her word carried weight. Yet her heart sought more than profit. It sought meaning. And when she saw him, a man of truth in a city of noise, by the will of Allah, she recognized something the world had yet to see. Before revelation found its messenger, belief had already found its home.
Finest saffron from the east. Only 10 silver dirhams.
In the stillness of a mountain cave, a man trembles beneath the weight of revelation. He runs breathless, shaking, terrified, not to a scholar, not to a priest, but to a woman whose heart would become the first sanctuary of Islam. Her name was Khadijah bint Khuwaylid. May Allah be pleased with her.
By Allah, He will never disgrace you. You uphold ties of kinship. You help the weak. You speak truth even when others falter.
Silver dirhams.
This was Makkah, alive with commerce, yet hollow in spirit. Gold glittered, but hearts were restless. Idols crowded the Kaaba, 360 gods. Yet not one answered the ache of a soul seeking truth. They called themselves Hanafa, the Sikh, men who turned from stone and shadow to find the unseen. Among them, a man, quiet, honest, younger, yet old in depth when he spoke. The noise of the world dimmed. She watched him in the market and on the trail. She saw more than competence, she saw steadiness. A depth that felt larger than his years. They married quietly, not for show but for harmony. His humility balanced her authority. In their home there were no thrones, only steadiness. He found in her counsel a refuge. She found in him the truth her heart recognized.
The sky is loud with stars tonight.
Stars watch, but they do not speak except to those willing to listen.
He withdrew to the cave, to listen beyond the noise of men, to a silence that spoke of the eternal. And then the silence split.
Ikra.
Revelation descended, not as comfort but command. And with it fear, tremor, astonishment.
Cover me, cover me.
By Allah, your Lord will not abandon you.
Khadijah took him to her cousin, Waraqah ibn Nawfal, a scholar who read the Torah and Gospel in their ancient tongues, one of the few in Makkah who still believed in one God.
He said to me, read. I said I cannot read. Then he pressed me and said again, read in the name of your Lord.
Waraqah, with his eyes glimmering, says,
That is the Namus, the same bringer of revelation sent to Moses. Would that I were young when your people drive you out.
Will they drive me out?
Waraqah replies,
Never has a man come with what you've brought except that he was opposed. Yet if I live to see that day, I will stand beside you.
In that dimly lit room, a scholar recognized a prophet, and a woman recognized destiny. That night, before there were mosques or companions or history book, Islam found its first believer, and the message of heaven found its first home. In a woman's heart. When the world mocked, her faith remained unshaken, unbargained. When revelation paused and silence filled the prophet's nights, her voice steadied his heart. And when she passed, the messenger wept as though the world itself dimmed. He would later say, She believed in me when no one else did. She accepted Islam when people rejected me. She comforted me when the world hurt me. Even years after her passing, he still spoke her name, still honored her memory, still sent gifts to those she loved. Because true faith leaves a fragrance time cannot erase. Before there was a nation, or a call to prayer, or a written word, there was a woman who believed. Empires have risen and fallen. Nations have turned to dust. But her belief, one woman's unwavering faith, still burns through every heart that trusts before it sees. Because when Khadijah believed, she didn't just stand by a man, she stood by a message that would outlive her and time itself. Today, you might not be married to a prophet, but your beliefs, Your quiet support can still be someone's miracle. When you encourage a dream no one else understands. When you trust someone's purpose before they succeed. When you remind a weary soul they are chosen, not forgotten. You embody Khadijah's spirit. Believe in others when the world doubts them. Believe in yourself when silence surrounds you. Do good when the world turns wrong. Be the quiet hand that steadies. You may be the miracle someone is waiting for. To stand with truth before it is popular. That is faith. Sometimes your support is someone's first miracle. It is standing beside truth before the world believes. And maybe that's the lesson we forget. Faith is not waiting for proof. Faith is recognizing divine truth before the world validates it.